Hello and welcome back for our final regular season game for Season 6. This is Nurgle against High Elves, which is, I think, was second against third going into this game. Either team could still... No, Nurgle could finish second on a win. We looked at that at the end because they'd lost to the Dark Elf team, or had scored far fewer touchdowns. The Dark Elf team being top going into this game. So we got the Nurgle chose to kick, so they're going to defend first, and we've got one fame on the Nurgle. They also picked up a Bloodwise Babe in their inducements, and I'll set it up first. So they're going with no, a Pestigore on the line. So also in their inducements they have a block Pestigore, because they're missing a Pestigore in this game. They'd lost. They were missing two. One of them had a strength penalty, so they bought a new one, who's now the second greatest of all time rather than the first. A block mercenary Pestigore as well is also in their inducement package. So it's an unleveled Pestigore on the line and an unleveled Rotter, and their leader Tackle Rotter. The beast is behind with guard and stand firm. 4 warriors, so got 2 block tackle, 1 block, 1 unleveled. There's an unleveled Pestigore who I think they already had. That is a blitz for the Nurgle to begin. Unleveled Pestigore over there on 5 points. We looked at the mercenary ones. A diving tackle Pestigore back here, and 2 unleveled Rotters on the bench. We switch around to my High Elves, so we've set up in attack. Looking to hit these players, we can get 2 dice on all of them by putting the guard, marking all 3 of them. Lost our icons to try and get them back. Okay, unleveled lineman over there, 2 unleveled linemen altogether. We've got a kick wrestle one, so he's on the pitch more for his wrestle than his kick at the moment. There's a wrestle catcher, wrestle dodge lineman, a dodge guard blitzer, dodge tackle blitzer. Tackle no use for me in this game because there's no dodge on the Nurgle team. That player's missing the game. A block lineman, 2 catchers here. So we've got the sort of star player of the team who's got dodge, mighty blow, block, and tackle. And this one has dodge and agility 5. We're missing a catcher who has block and nerves of steel. This thrower has sure hands and is 1 point away from another level. And then 2 unleveled linemen on the bench. Nurgle will have a blitz, and we go. So just a push back there on their actual blitz. And I was a bit concerned here that I was going to get Pestigores down the flanks, because that would have concerned me. But fortunately for me, my opponent was a bit less aggressive and just looked to hold the line, stepping a bit further forwards with everyone, just to prevent how far forward I can go, because they've got quite a strong and difficult to blitz flank here with the strength 4 players in front, and if I knock one of those over, it doesn't really create a gap in the line without taking all of this out as well. And difficult to get assists on the Pestigores on the end, although I do manage it in quite a fun way, which we'll see. I was also concerned that the beast was just going to come and stand here, but I guess not wanting to risk the really stupid, they didn't do that, because that would have just taken out all of my line of scrimmage blocks and prevented those. But I left the beast where it was. And the kick comes down here, so I'll go cover the ball straight away. So I can take some blocks before trying to pick it up. And I think I was looking at, for my blitz, I was looking at not hitting with this this guy, so I could then bring him over here, stand him there, stand a lineman there, and then blitz with this player on this this warrior, because the block tackle warriors were concerns for me. But just get a push back there, and I don't have another option here. So instead of dodging him away, which I could do, I've just got another block on, which I can just take and knock that one down. So this guy comes back here. I'm going to try it early to just get the level on this thrower, so while it's not especially important, while I'm not standing near any what's it called, disturbing presence. But that was how I found out. It was very sunny. I always forget to check for that, so that was a 3+ pass instead of a 2+, but we do manage to get it. Oh, we missed the fun bit. Let's go back for that. Oh, we've gone back further than I thought. Yeah, all that talking about the weather gets you nowhere. So yeah, catch comes back, and we know this thrower succeeds. but does need the reroll from the pass skill. So he's got a reroll. I've got a reroll on all of these rolls. So it's 1 in 36 to fail the pickup. Turns out 1 in 9 to fail the throw, and then 1 in 36 again to fail the catch. But yeah, it's using the agility 5 dodge player to just, so this is all 2+ rolls to just come through here, put an assist down there, and then blitz with my main blitzer. And he goes forwards for a bit of forward momentum, gets a knockout, which is, I think this player leads the league in knockouts inflicted, and that gives me a breakthrough already. So I've got scoring threats in place. But then obviously the beast can come in and just take out all 3 of these players, so I should maybe have had the lineman back here instead to at least leave this player a bit more free, although they're going to put diving tackle on him as well. And this is probably a bit aggressive with this player, who I should be protecting a bit better. Could maybe have, instead of following up and going through, could have come back here. And that's a tackle hit. A tackle not relevant with a double power, but that's the agility 5 guy knocked down. And then this important player has tackle and diving tackle and tentacles on him, so he's very probably going nowhere. And then it's like they're just holding quite solid in the middle. Take on the 1/2 dice block I've got at the beginning, which frees up my guard player and means I can block this Pestigore. So here I'm just looking to open up another line. If that was a power, I'd have followed up and gone through and try and get as many players the other side of the Nurgle as I can, but I had to set them both down, so I put them over this way. And I can set up another 2 dice on this warrior. It's just a push. So a few days ago, this Tuesday as I record this, it was Saturday night that we played this game. There we go, went 2 dice uphill there, just looking for a push would have been great because I can follow up away from the beast and from this tackle guy. And here I want to give the ball back to the thrower because he's the most dangerous player to be holding it from the opponent's point of view. Risk the 3+ pass there, and managed to get a point on that guy as well, because that puts him, I think, yeah, that put him on 13 points. And it's like, well, if he can score at some point in this game, he'll level. So might as well get that 1 point on him now. A tackle hit on my big player, and he is out of the game. So turn 2. Did think for almost the entire 15 seconds you get about using the apothecary on that, but decided, well, he's fine for the playoffs. It's only a badly hurt. I might lose someone else important, even though there's no one as important as him on the team. It's just this game is missing, so I left that go. But really, yeah, definitely in hindsight was too aggressive with him, and he should have been more protected, which is how I usually use him. Usually make it very difficult to even get a blitz on him and then knock him over. So up in there, that's not a knockdown, so I think I was looking at trying to blitz this Pestigore, if that was a knockdown, with one of these players to try and create a hole, but I didn't knock him over. And then he comes around here. I have to go 1 dice here, and I need to re-roll that to get a push. This guy's gone forward to get involved in the game, so I'm not going to keep throwing it back down here, especially with 3 pluses, and he's already levelled that thrower. Knock down there, and I've got 2 dice there as well. Yeah, if I move him, I have 2 dice there as well. That is a foul appearance. So first time we've seen that one come off. Gets stuck with tentacles. The other player gets away from tentacles but failed the dodge roll. But that has left the agility 5 stuck against these 2. So blitzing with this guy, using blocks to knock him over. And then, yeah, looking to just cover the players who are furthest forwards. And knocking over that blodge blitzer, who's fine. Going for a foul. No bribes, so it's quite risky. Just picks up a stun. And then looking at yeah, putting the beast on this player. Just this, that's a couple of dodge players knocked down this turn without tackle. Okay, so looking at the areas where I can fight back, the double skulls. And then looking for a breakthrough here as well, so needed that to be a knockdown for it to really work. I suppose he could have tried dodging out with a 3 and a 2 to go through, but yeah, we send players through that way. So we got scoring threats on this side of the pitch as well, and because of tried to dodge away from the beast, but it didn't work. So we've got scoring threats both sides of the pitch, and because we're quicker, we're trying to stretch the Nurgle team, and with their limited movement, it challenges them, it asks questions of them, like how are you going to defend this, which is what we want to do. I've got a couple of players in there. The blitz in this guy again. This guy, I think this warrior's had the blitz every turn. Now we're looking at. Okay, yeah, so could have pushed back onto the beast rather than move it separately, so it risks another really stupid roll, but they've moved it over anyway, and now it's marking both of these, which I guess it wasn't before, so there is that benefit, and might have been exactly the plan. Another player here, so we're going to go for it, as put a marker in, and this one in here. So there's lots of markers on everybody. Can't effectively throw the ball to this guy because he's got -3 of the catch for tackle zones, and then -2 on the additional -2 on the catch for disturbing presence. So -5 to catch, he needs a 6. Probably not going to chuck the ball to him and then just dodge out. Over here as well, not really a lot going on, so they've very effectively shut down all my scoring options. And I think because of that, I decided to just go for a bit more of a classic cage at this turn. I think I bring the ball this way with 4 corners on a cage. That's a casualty on a rotter, a double badly hurt. They have decay, of course, so you get 2 injuries. And that puts us on 10 plays 9 in our favour, because we lost our catcher, they've lost their mercenary and now rotter. Mercenary just knocked out. Okay, I don't cage up this turn. I think that must be next turn. I do that because none of the Nurgle can reach my thrower here. Although actually I can, because I do get a bit careless. It got away from the beast there, which was very handy. But yeah, dodging away here is to try and help these players out who are just going to get battered next turn. Yeah, so taking a 1 dice on that, which is basically a 2+ to not turn over, but also I can get him away from tackle and then get that catch a 3. And another successful tentacles roll, so they're 8+ rolls for strength 3 players. And that creates a sort of danger zone in my attack for the Nurgle, so again they have to defend scoring threats, which honestly just putting disturbing presence and tackle zones on them is probably going to do that. But I've shifted my attack from all my scoring threats from here over to here, which takes the beast out of the game for probably at least a turn, unless it comes this way where it can get involved. I can't remember what it does. I think they do, again, like very effectively shut down these scoring threats, so it's not an easy score. That's Fel go for it straight off, which is not an ideal way to start the turn. Going for a blitz down here, because it's just a pushback with dodge. And yeah, where I'd got careless, I did leave, and they could have taken on a 4+ dodge and a go for it to hit this the thrower with this warrior. I'm pretty sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they could have done, but they do instead just go for the mark with 2 go for it. I don't know if maybe if they still had the reroll, they might have taken that on, but you used the reroll there. But it probably would have been well worth to go with the reroll, but 4+, 2+ to get 2 dice. 2 2+s actually, I think. No, just 1. Yeah, it was. No, it was 2. It was both of them because then we got 4. So the beast does come this way. Past all of its really stupid rolls so far, gets that go for it as well. Yeah, failing that go for it would have been pretty big, because now this Blitzer's got tentacles and diving tackle on him. And they do get a marker on the ball there. So I'm looking at trying to 3 players up here. Pushback's not so bad here, because I do just want this guy to be able to go forwards. But I have to dodge with the thrower at some point, because he doesn't have the dodge skill. I need to make sure I've got a team reroll for it, and that's why. So I do that early rather than try to get other players over here. He has a reroll on his dodges anyway. And you know, shut off that corner, and then this one. So he's pretty well screened off. And I think we're looking for... Oh yeah, 1 dice on that warrior, which is a skull. And a turnover. It's a very tense half this as it was all unfolding. Because I'm down to 2 turns to go where I have to score. Because it's my attacking drive. Okay, Beast moves around again. Marks up both these players, so this shuts down these as scoring threats. There's not really a lot I can do about that. I think what I really need is the Beast to fail really stupid to sort of open up those options, but it's passing them all so far. So reroll that for a POW, which is 1 less player I can screen with next turn. And then over here, yeah, I've pushed that catcher a bit further forwards, and I declined to wrestle there to force a turnover. They still had, I think, this player to move. So I could have wrestled, which was not risk the armor roll, and this player would have been down either way, or they both would have. But they still could have moved this player, and because he's not doing a great deal there, I thought, well, let's skip that action. And yeah, we go this way. So there's no marker on the ball, and this player, well, he was marked there, so he didn't really want to come over. That's a quick handoff there. With the sun and the disturbing presence, didn't want to risk that as a throw. And here I'm looking to free up this blitzer, so this needs to be a knockdown, which it is. Which just means 1 dodge and you can go forwards and shut this side down. I think 1 more square forward might have been a bit better. I do get away from tentacles again with a 3+2+ dodge. So 1 of those turns where everything just came off that I needed to. And we do have this player in scoring position. Although this again was a bit careless of me. I have left on a 3+ dodge here because this gap is not narrow enough, which is why I was saying he should maybe have been another square forwards. Yeah, because we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 go for it and a dodge. You can hit the ball carrier on 1 dice, and has tackle. It's another injury, so that's a lineman just badly hurt, so I saw that one. That puts us on 9 plays 9, I think. Sure, that's where we're up to. And then this is a blitz, so failed that first dodge, then gets through. So these 2 go for it, and it's a 1 dice with a 1 in 3 chance to knock down, or 1 in 2 chance to knock down, including both downs, which would have been a turnover. But I'm sure they probably would have been happy with that. Just a push back, and then a turnover on a 1 dice there, against the block player without block. Is casualty but regenerated. So this player's up to 13 points. So I do have a marker on the ball here, and I just use this blitzer to just try and move it here. If I get a pushback, he goes there, and I can just run it in. But with no rerolls, I don't want to risk anything more than that, because it's turn 8 and you've got to make sure you score. So we do scoring turn 8 and ahead at half time, unless we have a riot or something. So knocked our Pestigores back. That was the mercenary one with block who went out turn 1. Back at the first attempt. We look to protect our players as much as possible. We just have 3 unlevelled linemen here on the line. Yeah. Nurgle can look to maximise their 3 dice blocks with their definite strength advantage, so Beast needs 2 assists, the Warriors will need 3 assists to hit on 3 dice. They could certainly be doing that. So there's thoughts to the ball. If a riot does come up here, that gives them an extra turn, so it may be worth having someone back who can do a quick ball retrieval and throw. If they do get 2 turns to throw, they don't, though, they get an extra reroll which they can't use. Already had a reroll for this turn. Open with a 2 dice and another 2 dice. And then following up here does make this 3. Oh, not quite, because yeah. So they move this this Pestigore in. I think they're probably saving this. We're saving this Rotter for a foul. It's definitely a sort of situation where it's worth a try. Pestigore on 5 points, so probably worth trying the block with, but doesn't get the armor break. He struts around this player, makes it a very good foul. And a Rotter is worth the risk for an elf lineman. It'd be a good trade-off if he gets injured, and even if he gets sent off, it's a good trade-off. It's just a stun and not a send-off, and that is half-time. So over to the Nurgle to attack. I don't think we had any knockouts to roll for there, did we? No. There were no removals in that last turn. We go for something like our normal setup, although I think a bit more defensive, as in protective of some of the players that are a bit narrower. I think that's how it ends up anyway, as far as I remember. Yeah, a bit more all over to one side and a bit more clumped together to protect the 2 catchers that I have remaining and the 2 blitzers who are important because they've got so much strong tackle on the team. Their dodge is no protection really. Quite a wide attacking setup, so we'll be looking to limit me coming around the wings. And 2 Pestigores deep for a bit of extra support if I do. Extra reroll for the Nurgle. That is a failed catch. Use your block and give up this wrestle tackle guy. Wrestle dodge guy. With the tackle warrior, it's not hurt, it just steps back. Oops, using block players is working out alright, and that guy goes down. So reroll to pick up and then make sure they get that. So I did have the extra one off the kick off, still with 4 rerolls to go. So in the path where I might have a go at the ball carrier is this diving tackle guy. So he's going to discourage any dodging through. I think what I'm doing here by pushing this side is trying to get them to go on one side. I think that was the idea. To use block there, and if I can put some pressure on this side. So we just have a bit, but not especially loads. Yeah, it kind of makes sense that they're going to want to go this way then. Unless they just want to barrel through the middle. So the Mercenary Pestigo having a much better second half than first half. And knockout on the stun so far in 2 turns. Yeah, ball has gone this way. Let's try this player here. It's a push. And a pretty well caged ball, which I'm not necessarily getting at very easily. Pushes that blitzer out and keeps tackle on him as well. Yeah, I think I'd looked at options like trying to blitz this player, but decided against it in the end. Looks like maybe going to have a go at this warrior, I think. Do get a knockdown there. And then I think it's just trying to deny as many blocks as possible. And then, oh yeah, this was the ultimate height of rudeness. And there are a couple of moments like that in this game. Yeah, especially getting the knockout there on the 11. No, was it? It's a 25% chance to get the knockdown. 2 dice uphill when the attacker's got block and the defender doesn't. But yeah, I found that 1 in 4 there. And following it up with a double skulls is going to be frustrating. Get a double power with the reroll. And there's a bit of a gap here. The throw was definitely the weak point of the line there. A good place to aim. But they are, yeah, the way they're going to have to come in here is going to leave the screen a bit based up, and it's going to offer me opportunities probably to hit the ball if it goes right. So I think I'm looking at a 1 dice there to then try and free someone up to have a go at the ball. Find a power on that blodge player. And yeah, a bit of claiming a bit of space over here as well. There's a warrior in here. Yeah, so looking at trying to limit where this player can go next time. Take the knockdown there, he's going to free this player up. Felt that foul appearance, which means this player's not free, so he's going to have a go himself. It's in there, so this will put my blitzer marking the ball carrier with a cheeky 1 dice. Let's find that 1 in 3. Then we come away down there. Really, so just taking these dodges 1 at a time, or the rolls 1 at a time. So I know whether or not there's a team reroll available, and then we just look to come down here. So I do straight away have 2 dice and this one blocking the ball carrier, and they get him down with tackle. But they're low on players who can come through and screen. Got another power there. go for it to get forwards. Because I've only got 2 other cage corners unless they want to try and dodge this guy away. Now we're going to have to leave one side of their cage exposed. So that one nice for a push. And then mark in here. So it will force me to roll more dice, and then there's a 1 dice there. Just still a 1 in 2 chance to knock that player over. So we start. Yeah, we do find 2 dice on the ball this turn. This square is the only one I can assist from. But then this player can reach with some rolls, and this one will need to dodge away to take that assist out. Is how we do it. So yeah, leaving that exposed, but they kind of had to, and it was the best corner to leave exposed because it forced me to roll a lot of dice. It's just they all pretty much happen to work apart from that, so I do need a reroll. Still dice to roll, and we do get the knockdown. So it's the ball on the floor, and a knockout as well. And this is one of those moments where, I think the turning point was the 2 dice uphill that knocked out the beast, but we start snowballing a bit now with removals, which this high elf team it seems to be weirdly good at, and has happened a couple of times. Go in with the agility 5 player, but yeah, trying to get away. We find another 1, rolling all those dice. Some of them are going to fail, and 2 did that turn. Yeah, doing the right thing by getting markers on the ball. My agility 5 player down as well. It will be tricky for me to go pick it up next time. And oh yeah, that was a mistake. My opponent said after the game that I think switched off a bit and thought this warrior had block, because most of his warriors do. So I thought, oh yeah, they'll get a wrestle then. That's fine. I'll lose that tackle zone. But this warrior didn't have block, so I chose not to wrestle, and that forced an earlier turnover than they thought. They'd probably have either re-rolled or taken the pushback. I think if they'd realised. And then we grab another knockout, and I think there are still more to come, more removals coming up in the next couple of turns, which just sort of end the game really. It severely limits the options that my opponent got to take. And I've definitely had games like that before where you just run out of players to do stuff with. Just a push back there. Dice from that rotter. Give me another 2 dice there. Which is a knockdown. Just a stun though. And then I think this player moves around here to stand on the ball. So we can have 2 tackle zones on the ball. And then 2 dice on this warrior, which is just a push. Should maybe have taken the both down there and just let block keep them both up. Would have limited what this warrior could do. They put actually there. This rotter could have given him 2 dice, so maybe it was the best way, or the safest for my players at least. So I get knocked down. It's one of the tackle zones off the ball, and I grab a stun as well, which is going to help them numbers wise. Takes me out of play next turn. And then I need some dice to come off this pick up in a tackle zone, then a dodge. I do get that down there. Yeah, this is fairly surfable. I think to get 2 dice on it though, I'd have to put this blitzer in too much danger, so I think I go for a 1 dice blitz on the wall. Zager's in there, so that can't be an assist. This player in here behind to sort of be the backstop. She's fairly well protected. And they're going to push there, but I take her both down rather than I don't want to re-roll that and get a skull. And then step back. And just stand players around the ball, just defend to the one touchdown lead we've got at the moment. And then I think this, yeah. So putting guard in here makes it much harder for them to unlock this. Take that there, and with only 2 turns to go after this, I want to make sure I get scoring threat in, like we saw the Dark Elves last game. Put the scoring threats in, and you don't know what's going to happen. So that's all, well, 2 of those assists taken out. And then, yeah, pushing away there. So that's 1 more player out the way. I guess they don't want to scatter the ball here, because if it goes off the pitch, that's only going to benefit me. So it sort of was an option to push that warrior into the ball, but they don't want to lose it off the pitch. I don't think it could end up over here, and I'm always going to win that foot race with this matchup. Can go through here, so that's a 4+ dodge, 4+ pickup. They're looking for, but foul the dodge with the reroll into an injury. That's a miss next game, but regenerated, so regeneration's working well. It's one of the things it is for the Nurgle, if not much else has gone right. Yeah, so I'm looking at getting this guy out of the way. I've got my agility 5 player who can come get the ball, and then we've still got 2 turns to go. So that's an assist on both of those warriors. We get 2 dice on the one over the ball. We don't really want to scatter it either. It's in a decent position for us here. That's another knockout. So yeah, just the removal started a couple of turns snowballing, and that's just a continuation of that. And we look at blitz here to free up my thrower. So I can try and make sure I've definitely got someone who can reach, although this blitzer can also reach. And I prefer the points to go on the blitzer, so this rather than the thrower. But if I'm running low on rerolls, the throwers can reach without go for it. So we get the ball, and we're just going to hold it in here. I don't want to rush it forward, so we'll throw it next turn. There's not really any getting on the ball for the Nurgle here. With so few players left, and that's 2 skulls with on a 1 dice with the reroll. Yeah, so I'm going to use this guy to push here because I'd rather the blitzer scored. He'll just need a 2 to catch. Grab a stun there. Where are we now? So yeah, trying to clear this rotter out of the way. Just trying to make a pass for the ball carrier to get through and then make the throw. Because he's got agility 5 and dodge, I just cut through there. That could have gone wrong, obviously. He does make the throw to the blitzer, and we still got the reroll for the end zone tripwire, which we do find first time. Then I think, well, I don't think, I know he succeeded with the reroll. Get what was really a good 2-0 win for us. It's a really tough opponent with a really scary team, and yeah, kind of did alright. Obviously, a lot of things went our way. Some things didn't. I mean, there was the blitz at the first kickoff, and we had to hit some double skulls and stuff, so it wasn't all plain sailing. But yeah, definitely felt on the night like we had the better of the fortune. Not amazing MVP, so I mean, it's pretty good landing on a blitzer because they always want the points. But with 2 teams to go for this, 2 games to go for this team, might not really get anywhere. There are definitely players who could have levelled with it. really unideal MVP for the Nurgle because Rotters don't really need levels anyway, and yeah, they're definitely better places that could have landed. Very close on blocks. Wouldn't expect to be that close, but yeah, we did alright with those, keeping up, and we definitely got more out of it. It was yeah, sort of 3 removals to 7. That was very surprising, and things like the beast going down that second half was really helpful. More players got in points, and yeah, where the dice fall. I mean, you know, a lot of these 6s may well have been on armor rolls, so it's not a very helpful picture. It would be much better if like the armor rolls and injury rolls for your opponents were in these, but that's not how the game counts it. And we rolled loads of dice and didn't fail all that much. I mean, some stuff failed, but yeah, a lot didn't. Tentacles we worked 4 times out of 7, and they're all 8+ rolls on 2 dice, so maybe that's high as well. A lot of it was, and that's how we finished our game week off. And leaderboard looked like this, and we've got a weird convoluted system to do playoffs where everyone's going to get 2 more games. But the matchups are Dark Elves and Nurgle in one semi-final. High Elves against Amazons, and then Chaos and Undead are going to play, and then the winners play one of the winners from I don't know. It works out on regular season rankings, and it'll be fine. But it's gonna, yeah, it'll be okay. And yeah, so we got playoffs coming up in the next couple of weeks, and we'll have some of those games, yeah, still to come. And I always quit. I'll cut that bit out. We didn't look at the teams at the end. I don't think, do we have? Oh no, I just have 1 player level. Nobody didn't have anyone level. Have got their big Pestigore back next game. No one else went up, so no. We just have 1 level on. So that thrower who levelled in turn 1 with a pass picks up accurate, just a normal advance, and that's just +1 to throw. Yeah, there we are. We did look at the teams in the end, and we'll be back for the playoffs soon.